Hello people, welcome to the Arsenal Art. Honestly, I had another stinker. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I was sitting here, it's so hot. I was just like, oh, it's so hot. And then I set up the stream now and I've connected to the link, the live link. And I'm looking at it like I've clicked on it. Why am I not? You basically go in the studio and it says go live once it's connected. I'm sitting there looking at it like, why is it not showing? Like, is it broken? Is my streaming thing not working? Like, what's going on? So I've sat there for like 2-3 minutes looking at it, just literally just staring at it. What's wrong? What's wrong? Close the thing down, open it up again, and then I've done the same thing. I'm just looking at it, and then I realized I didn't press start stream. So yeah, that whole time I was spending like good 5 minutes working out what is going on. But yeah, hopefully that's not the pace of the show today. It's just that hot. I was just looking at it, just like what is going on. But yeah, I'm moving very slow. That is embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie to you, very, very embarrassing. But as always, guys, man, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. As always, more and more content coming on this channel if I remember to press the start stream button next time. But yeah, man, let's just get into it straight away. Let me just connect the next page to the correct thing. So yeah, we'll see a bit of a black screen for now, because even that I was meant to do and I didn't do it. But yeah, here we go, very quickly. First thing to talk about, you know what, actually, let me laugh at Chelsea. I remember Chelsea, let me just check. It's definitely finished, right? I saw them getting cooked by the Flamengo Twitter page. My Chelsea friends crying. What was the score actually? 3-1 in the end. Yeah, man, I'm not following this Club World Cup thing like that. I'm waiting until the quarterfinals, whatever. I tried to watch a few games here and there, but yeah, not really too. I'll be real, I'm not really that interested. I know some people are like, oh my God, this tournament is great for football because teams around the world get to show what they're about. But yeah, I'll be real, I'm tired. I'm a bit tired of football. I was speaking to someone today about it. I was speaking to my friend. I was like, I'm a little bit tired, man. I don't know if it's Arteta ball. I don't know if it's Arsenal. Like, even transfers and all of this sort of stuff, it's just dragging. It's just dragging. And it's just the same, I don't know, it's them patterns that we had to suffer last season. A lot of slow football. It just kind of drained the life out of me. So when the break comes around, the season's over, I want to use the break as well to not really watch as much football as, you know, as normal, because I know come when the season starts again properly, or even pre-season, you're going to start watching all over again. And it's not going to just be Arsenal. You're going to be watching the rival teams. You're going to be watching mid-table teams. You're going to be watching teams around Europe. So the fact that we're obviously not in the Club World Cup does help to obviously give us that bit of a break. But yeah, that's why I think that's another reason, to be fair. It's not just that the Club World Cup isn't a competition that I'm just not interested in. I think I've just got a bit of fatigue, man, from all of last season. Just need that break from watching football. I talk about transfers and, you know, all of these sort of things, but sometimes you just need a break. I put the PSG Aleti game on, I think was on the weekend, and yeah, I just had it there. PSG slapped a few goals, but I'm not locked in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw Messi yesterday with the free kick. You see, I'm seeing highlights. You know, I'm enjoying that way right now. But as I said, in the next month or so, we're gonna be locked in completely. I think pre-season starts for Arsenal. They said July 19th apparently is when we're going away, or something like that, or there's a training camp in Spain, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it'll be another few more weeks and we can enjoy, you know, the real pre-season for Arsenal Football Club and get into the full swing of things again, and hopefully enjoy football next season. That's the main thing, to be fair. I hope we get to a stage next season with Arsenal that I can just sit back and enjoy. But yeah, let me get to this news straight away. So obviously, announced for maybe the 8th time since January, the 10th, who knows? Since January, we knew obviously Zubimendi is going to sign for Arsenal. Liverpool wanted him last summer. He didn't choose to go there. Bayern Munich wanted him. And even in the last few months, you were hearing, oh, Real Madrid are going to come in and take Zubimendi, and all of this sort of stuff. You're hearing from the Spanish media, as always, very funny bunch they are. I think we found out all about Spanish media is funny anyway. Like if you follow the way they just report things, and if anyone watches El Chiringuito or whatever it's called, man, and you just see these clips of just chaos and sound effects, and it's just very exuberant. Obviously, it's completely opposite to what you have in England, the way we are in England compared to obviously what you have in Spain or you have in Italy. You have that energy. They have that energy, and that comes in the form of fake news as well. So they come with a lot of fake news. So yeah, Martin Zubimendi here, done deal now in London to meet Arsenal officials ahead of Real Sociedad move. So he's in London now to meet the officials, as it says here. And yeah, it's a done deal. £60 million. Apparently, Arsenal spend a little bit more because of the installment package. I think Fabrizio Romano said something like that. And yeah, as reported by The Athletic earlier this month, Real Madrid admired him but decided not to pursue a month this summer, while Arsenal have regarded the deal as done despite noise around the potential move to Xabi Alonso. In January, The Athletic reported Arsenal's plan for a summer bid for Zubimendi, who Liverpool had attempted to sign, as we said, and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, these guys are trying to say here that obviously they're giving us a little bit of a story about Zubimendi, where he's from, obviously Sociedad, San Sebastian, all of that. City, obviously Xabi Alonso and these guys, Arteta, Basque region, all of these people from there. Arteta bringing his cousins, man. I've been saying it, man. He's bringing all his people to Arsenal. He tried to bring Nico Williams as well, but he said, nah, bro, Lamine Yamal, that's my bro. I'm going to go play with him, my youth, man. I'm going to go play with Lamine Yamal. Rafinha, Lewandowski, all of these guys, man, you want to come to Arsenal, which is a bit of an L. Massive L, actually, for Mikel Arteta, I would say. But anyway, yeah, hopefully we move on to another player, maybe an Eze or something. And Liao, I'm trying to see a link to him. And we'll talk about, obviously, I put in the title, Zaire-Emery. There was a link yesterday, guys, about Barcola to Bayern Munich. So Barcola, obviously, I want to speak about that. It's not something I was thinking about because, again, he's another good player. But obviously, he's not going to be starting every single week for PSG now with Kvaratskhelia there. So anyway, maybe that's something we can look at, but we'll speak about that later as well. And it says here anyway, with more touches, passes and carries than any other teammate, he inspired his boyhood club to Champions League qualification in 2022-2023, anchoring a technically gifted Real Sociedad midfield with intuitive defensive positioning and expansive passing from deep. These guys, they really know how to make him sound good. He's the cog between defense and midfield. The spare man Sociedad need to win these mini battles. So long story short, he's going to play the number 6 position. This confirms, obviously, long term. Declan Rice, mate, he's going to be playing that box to box, left centre mid, right centre mid role, whatever you want to call it, whichever side. He's going to be more advanced. He's going to be bombing on. He's not going to be bothering with collecting the ball from the centre backs or really mastering that DM position, which I think a lot of people, obviously, when we first signed Declan Rice, I think a lot of us believed that, he was going to play in that position in the future. But yeah, it's just one of them ones now with Zubimendi, how he progresses for the club and how well he does. It's going to be all on him now. He's got the platform. He's going to be playing in his favoured position. He's going to be coming in with the likes of, with the likes of Declan Rice. But I think now Arsenal's thing is about how is this midfield looking next season? How is the team looking next season? Because there's a lot of question marks in terms of where's Lewis Skelly going to play? Is he really going to stick with left back next season? We've been linked to another player who can play left back today in Hato, which we're going to speak about in a second as well. And is that going to change the way our midfield looks? So that's something that I'm looking forward to be honest, as a fan. But yeah, man, let's get into the next bit of news as well very, very quickly. So yeah, as I said, I alluded to it right now. Joro Hato, let me bring it up. I had it somewhere today, man. Talking about him potentially coming to Arsenal. We spoke about him, I don't know, it's like 3-4 streams ago. We were talking about Hato potentially going to Chelsea, in fact. And I said at the time, if Lewis Skelly's playing left back, Calafiori's playing left back, you've still got Zinchenko, you've got Kiwior who can do a job there. I was thinking Hato more, he might want to go to Chelsea. But if you think about it from his point of view as well, let me just get this news up for you guys as well. If you think about it from Hato's point of view, if you've seen his old quotes, he talked about Arsenal quite a bit. He's talked about wanting to play for Arsenal. So in his head, if he thinks he can, come to Arsenal, play either left back or centre back, I'd imagine obviously you'd come in playing left back. He could maybe take that position. There was someone today who replied to me saying he's not as good as you guys think he is, or he's not ready yet to make the jump from Ajax to Arsenal. But what I would say with that, right, we know his potential's mad. We've seen the way he plays. I think with someone like him, if you come into Arsenal and you're going to play left back, it's not really that deep. Like, as I said, you've still got Lewis Skelly there, even though I want him to move into midfield. You've still got Calafiori. You've got Zinchenko. Tomiyasu, when he's fit, there's Timber can even go in. Like, there's so many players who can actually play left back for Arsenal. That it's not that big of a deal if you come in and you're not 100% ready, but you might be ready in a year or so to really do something in that position. But yeah, today Liverpool as well, they signed, what's his name, Kerkez, 40 million. I was like, damn, like I actually wanted some of that. 40 million pounds, proper left back, up and down, athletic, crossing, goal threat as well. He's got a good shot on him. I was like, yeah, if we could get someone like him in, I know Arteta don't play football this way, and he wants his inverted left backs, and he wants his total control and all of this dominance and stuff like that, right? But I would have liked to see a proper left back, even when Kieran Tierney was, in the team, and Tierney was just coming in here and there, and he's doing his best. But you can see the difference it was sometimes just have that option of a player that just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So for me, I would have enjoyed, man, seeing someone like a Kerkez come into Arsenal instead of going to Liverpool, strengthening them even more. They're spending money like crazy. I think Wirtz got announced today. Kerkez coming through. These men are moving crazy, man. Mark Gueye, they're upgrading on Konate. I think Gueye's a better centre back than Konate. It's mad. It's mad. We've got competition, guys. We have got competitions. I still think on paper, defensively, no matter what our configuration is in terms of who's playing fullback and stuff like that, obviously you've got to keep our main centre backs, right? Our midfield, on paper, I think our defense, midfield, goalkeepers it's fine. It can compete. It can compete at the top level, no problem. But again, it's the attack. So even though I'm talking about left back, and I still think it's important that we bring in a Hato, or we bring someone who can just free up Lewis Skelly to play in midfield. This is my main thing. I want Lewis Skelly to play in midfield. Let me show you guys this. This is what I did earlier as well. This is the stuff I do sometimes when I have a bit of free time. Yeah, so I did this. So I was like, oh, Hato might sign. Let's see what we can cook up if Hato signs. So I was like, yeah, let me cook something up for you guys as always. Yeah. All right, cool. So let me get it up as well. So I was like, okay, let me cook this up. This is me, my team. I know Mikel Arteta, Kai Havertz, and Martin Odegaard, they're starters for him. Like, he's not dropping them. I know that. But me, I'm the manager right now. This is my team. And imagine now you got Hato as an option in left back. And let's say he shows what he's about. You got Calafiori, another option at left back. And then we can have this dog of a midfield, bro. Zubimendi, Skelly, Rice. Pace, power, technical ability. This is the kind of midfield that I want to see sometimes. We can switch it up. Obviously, I want the likes of Eze. I want the likes of Liao. So you can switch it up and have the flair and have all of that sort of stuff going on as well. But you can have games where you play this sort of midfield. If you have another left back option, you can have a midfield that is combative. Imagine this midfield, man. When we've been struggling recently, guys, against the likes of Newcastle, yeah, and their mad midfield, Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Tonali, Joe Willock in and out. All of these players in the mid, they're just dogs. They're just dogs. Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. There's games where I think we just need to play a midfield like this. Lewis Skelly, Rice, Zubimendi. Lock it off. And Lewis Skelly, as I said, he's an amazing footballer. Weight of pass. Gorgeous weight of pass. He honestly, I think actually in the club right now, Lewis Skelly might have the best weight of pass. He might have the best weight. When I talk about through balls, splitting lines, breaking lines, threading balls in behind so that Martinelli can run onto it or something like that. There's not much better than Lewis Skelly at the club right now. That's why I want to see him in midfield so bad, because I think he's got the ability to just ride a challenge. He's got the ability to beat a man. He can dribble, obviously, with the ball. Great ball carrier. And as I said, when you have that weight of pass of Lewis Skelly as well, he needs to play in midfield. He needs to play in midfield. I know this whole left back thing is, he's got into the team last season playing left back, but this kid has to play in midfield. I think out of Bryce and Zubimendi and Lewis Skelly, like, I don't even know. I don't want to gas the youth too much, man, but he's amazing. He is an amazing, amazing player. So yeah, for me, I need to see this. I need to see Lewis Skelly in midfield. So if you can get me a Hato, get me someone who can play left back, that gives obviously a chance for Calafiori to be rotated in, because at the end of the day, last season we saw with Calafiori, he's injury prone. You know, I don't know how much we can really sit here and rely on Calafiori, to really stay fit for the whole season. I don't know. I'm not going to hang my hat on it. The way Calafiori he's a great footballer. Honestly, he's a top footballer, but he's just insane. Like if you watch him play, the way he moves his body, I'm just like, this guy's going to get injured any second. So please bring me someone else as well to help him out. Not too much pressure on Calafiori. Let him do his little maverick stuff without pressure. And also another thing with Calafiori, who did we play towards the end of the season? We played the one game with Calafiori and Kiwi, our centre back, and Calafiori was cooking. I was like, yo, centre back might even be it for him. Like obviously we signed him, he can play. He's basically a centre back, but obviously we putting him at left back because of Gabriel and Saliba and stuff like that. Even looking at him playing in centre back, I was like, you know what? This guy is top. He's just a top footballer. Even I think if you put him up front, he probably scores so many goals. So it's one of them ones with someone like Calafiori. That's how much I rate him. I think he just them players like a Saka, like a Lewis Skelly, like a Declan Rice, Timber. These guys can just play any position. Like if we play Timber left wing, I'm sure he would do something. I'm sure he would figure something out for us. So that is I like that we're starting to have a lot of these sort of players in our team. It's not just 1, 2, 3. We're starting to have a lot of players who are, I look at them, I'm like, you could just play anywhere. That's how good you are. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of hope for the team, even though Liverpool are strengthening, even though City are strengthening. Like our team, we have a lot of good players. It's just a case. We need the attacking depth to be sorted, and we need that number 9. We need that winger, and we need the other number 10. Obviously, I've not put like a number 10 in this graph on the bench, like a Eze or something. But we need that more investment. We need investment in the team, but I don't know how much is going to happen. We might just get the left back and maybe a striker. We might not even get a winger now. Nico Williams is not available. I don't know. Arteta might be like, listen, if I'm not getting Nico Williams, I don't want anyone else, man. But we'll see. We'll see on that front, honestly. My guy Sammy saying, GB, we need him, man. I need a controller. Yeah, you guys, man. I didn't watch the game against Al Hilal, but I'm just seeing you guys I'm seeing all the clips, and you guys look like your wash, man. Yeah, I saw what's his name, Courtois. Courtois is funny, I realized this guy Courtois, he's very honest. Like even when Courtois was the only Real Madrid player who spoke like the truth after Arsenal. We duppied you guys. We showed you man levels. But Courtois was the only one who spoke the truth. The rest of the Real Madrid players, the media, everyone was doing agendas. They weren't taking it, they weren't taking it in properly. But Courtois, I think because he's a goalkeeper maybe, and he just standing there watching what's happening. And he was like, nah, this Real Madrid team ain't it. And even I saw yesterday, he said, was the day before, I don't even know what day it was. And he said, oh, guys are playing Ancelotti football still, which I found funny to call it Ancelotti football. But yeah, you guys, man, I don't know. Xabi Alonso saying you guys are going to suffer and you're going to have to feel a lot of pain and stuff. Yeah, long season for you guys, man. Long season for you guys. I don't know. We'll see Barcelona. Hansi Flick, they're saying second season Flick, he's not cooking. He's not that guy. But we'll have to wait and see on Hansi Flick, because I think Flick for me, I don't know, last season, like the football was fantastic to watch as a neutral. And even as a Barcelona fan, you'd love to watch that football, but defensively they're so spooky, so spooky. And if Real Madrid fix up, you've got the squad on paper to do something and try and win the La Liga. But the way Real Madrid are set up half the time, I just feel like La Liga is always for Barcelona, and it just takes Barcelona to mess up, and then Real Madrid sneak in and win it. There's something about the league title that is, you got to be consistent every single game. And obviously, I think the way Barcelona is set up, the way Barcelona have that philosophy throughout the club, they're in a better position a lot of the time to win La Liga, even if they're going through stuff off the pitch and it's all they've just got this philosophy. It's non-stop. tiki taka, and now with what Hansi Flick's done, he's taken that to another level. You add tiki taka with a bit of pace, with a bit of wingers. That takes it to another level. Proper wingers. That's even Pep, even Guardiola, right? With Man City, like the best Man City teams for me were when they had Sane and Sterling. Like they were just cooking on the wing. Obviously, when Mahrez came in a few years later as well. Like when did you have wingers? When you play this tiki taka football, this is what it's about. This control ball, And to be fair, Man City's teams are actually quite different to Barca's teams in a lot of ways. Like the Pep teams, Barca's team used to play dynamic football. The football was beautiful, man. Like, it was vertical. It was quick. They were not. They did not waste time. But obviously Man City he's become very controlled, and I think that burst come to Arteta as well. The team's so controlled, and then you need special players. You need Sakas. You need, as I said, Arsenal. I just have Saka. I don't really have someone else who's gonna do something by themselves on the wing. Martinelli. To be fair, fair play to him. Sometimes he can do something once in a while, but we need more. We need more, and I think that's what we're missing, man. So yeah, we'll talk about this next link. And I will go in perfectly. It will go in perfectly with what I wanted to talk about, my little speculation as to what we might need to do as well on the wing. So this little report came out today saying apparently, I don't know if it's real or not, I don't know. But we'll talk about it, obviously. Arsenal have made an inquiry regarding the availability of Warren Zaire-Emery, only 19 years old, from PSG. And, this season he's obviously not a starter, to be fair, like that. They've got Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, João Neves. Yeah, that man, too many options. But obviously, Zaire-Emery is only 19 years old. They've given him a lot of what's the word? They've given him a lot of responsibility already. Like they've given him a good platform. To be fair, the way they gave him his debut when he was younger, he's been in and out of the team, as I said, this season. But it is what it is. He's a young player, but he's got a lot of quality. So obviously, I'm not surprised to see that Arsenal, Zaire-Emery, he's not starting for PSG. Maybe ask if he can join Arsenal. But at the same time, if you bring him to Arsenal today, chances are he's going to be in the same position he's in at PSG, where you're trying to break into the first team. In Arteta's head, obviously he's going to be playing Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, and after that, then potentially Zaire-Emery's if he did come in, or Lewis Skelly, my guy. I need him to be starting. I think Lewis Skelly, I keep saying that, you let him play midfield. He's not coming out of that position. You play Lewis Skelly midfield, it's over. He's not. No one's moving that you. He's different gravy. But yeah, Zaire-Emery here. I don't think he's the type of player, to be fair, Arsenal will go for this transfer window. It doesn't really make too much sense. If we were going to go for another midfielder, it should be a number 10 type. Attacking 8, 10, whatever you want to call it, right? This modern day, there's no pure 10s anymore that get to play. I don't even know who's a pure 10. There's no pure 10s in football no more. Game's gone, man. The game's gone. There's not many. Obviously, someone like Eze, yeah, he can play 10. Like you go anywhere, do what you want. That kind of player. Xavi Simons potentially as well. But obviously the modern game, there's not really someone who gets that much freedom. But someone like an Eze, that's what I would say, or Xavi Simons, Morgan Rogers, potentially as well. They could maybe come in and they make probably way more sense than someone like a Zaire-Emery. But yeah, I don't see him leaving PSG anyway. As I said, they've given him his chance from the academy, all sorts. I think there's no issues there with him staying or forcing a move or something out of PSG. I don't see that happening at all. But let me see very, very quickly on the next news. Well, it's not news. As I said, this is my speculation now. So I want to talk about Barcola, man. Let me see, because there was something on Barcola that I saw yesterday. Let me just put it up if I can even find it, man. So I think it was to Bayern, man. So Bayern are obviously looking for a new player. So there's this one here, but it doesn't show his name. Let me just type in Bayern. Barcola, Bayern. But anyway, long story short, someone like Bradley Barcola, man, we need to be looking into him. So yeah, this is basically the story. I think we touched on it yesterday, to be fair, but I didn't speak on the Barcola side of it because I found that interesting. I was more talking about Leao. Right, so this story came out yesterday, and we did touch on it, but I was more talking about Leao, as I said. But in this last sentence, you can see, Bayern are also looking at the likes of Barcola as well as Leao, and obviously, if Bayern are looking at Barcola, they're thinking there's a potential chance they can do a deal with PSG to get him out of the team and potentially take Barcola, to Bayern Munich. And I'm just thinking, listen, if we get the chance to get someone like Barcola in, I think end product might need to be worked on, but everything else, dribbling, pace, I'm telling you, give him proper game time. I think we've got a player there. I wanted Kvaratskhelia. For me, Kvaratskhelia is creme de la creme, number one. Like left wing, like don't chat to me about Kvaratskhelia is number one. But obviously PSG took him, and I don't see anyone displacing Kvaratskhelia. So if you're Bradley Barcola now, and you're in that situation where potentially you could go to Arsenal, start week in, week out, because I think if he comes to Arsenal, the only competition is Martinelli, to be fair. And even Martinelli, I think even next season, it will be good to have someone who can properly rotate with him with the amount of work Martinelli gets through. It will be lovely to have someone else help him out, man, as well. So even though we criticize Martinelli or people criticize him, it's not really fair sometimes. Sometimes you need someone like a Barcola to be there, giving him that proper competition and maybe just taking the position, because he could be that other level that we really need on that left-hand side. So I don't know what the number would be, 60 million, 70 million. If it's something like that for Barcola, get it done. I think Leao maybe is a similar price. When I say 60, 70, I feel like I've heard that for Leao as well, even though I've seen other reports from Italy where they're saying 100 million for Leao. And bro, I am desperate, but nah, allow it, man. Allow it. I might run Trossard for another season, because 100 million for Leao is a bit mad. I can slap another 50 and maybe go get Isaac. You never know. You never know. That's just my theories. But yeah, Barcola, listen, for me, that's a player that we need to be looking at as well. I don't know why we're not linked to him. I don't know what the club are doing, to be fair. And even yesterday, I think we touched on it. There was a report saying that, Arsenal are looking at, what was it? They're not panicking right now. Not panicking about transfers and not panicking about this and that. How are you talking about panicking, like in any capacity at this moment in time? It just doesn't make any sense, man. It just doesn't make any sense. I just seen some news here, Let me just see, it's not Arsenal, to be fair. So Napoli have some sort of agreement with Jadon Sancho, apparently. He is giving them... Listen, I need to talk about this quickly, even though it's not Arsenal. This is just funny. What is Conte cooking? What is Antonio Conte cooking? This is like Premier League mid-table heritage going on, and I'm gonna watch Napoli next season. If they get Matt O'Reilly from Brighton, Jadon Sancho, McTominay's there, Billy Gilmore's there. They've got, what's that other guy's name? I used to like him at Bournemouth, Philip Billing, whatever his name is. I think they hate him at Napoli. But yeah, all of these players, I don't know what they're cooking. I don't know what he's cooking. He's shopping in the Premier League only. It's quite funny to see. But to be honest, it makes sense. Like even the meaty Premier League players, man, send them to Serie A. That's a title there. You look at Lukaku, man, done out in the Premier League. United done out. Chelsea done. Chelsea was done out, and that was off the back of Inter. Done out. He was so bad. After a few months, he was like, nah, man, get me back in Italy. Get me back. And you see now, obviously, what Lukaku's doing as well. So, listen, I don't know. Napoli, this might be as I say, the meta to win. This might be it for Serie A. As we said, Carlos Cuesta yesterday, talking about him going to Parma, and you have Fabregas at Como, and you have Vieira as well. Like, I don't know what's going on in the Serie A. I don't know what's going on. It's quite funny. I'm gonna, next season, I always have a second league, and normally the second league is like, to be fair, I say second league. La Liga, La Liga's not the same as well. Back in day, I used to watch way more La Liga. I used to watch even Granada. I was watching El Arabi and all of these, bro. I was watching some next teams. It doesn't even make sense with the teams I was watching in Spain. Yeah, but Bundesliga, there was a point Bundesliga was cooking. Bundesliga, I was watching every team. I don't know what it was about. What it is about Bundesliga? The football was so funny, high lines, quick football, lovely stadiums as well. So like watching Bundesliga became, I think at one point I definitely said it was the second best league in Europe, just how much I was enjoying it, But yeah, Serie A, this is the thing with Serie A. The enjoyment factor of watching it from the TV sometimes is not there. There's some there's some stadiums you're looking at, and there's some camera angles that they've got going on in this area that just don't make sense. And I'm not involved. I'm not involved. The production is not cooking. But Bundesliga, that can go machine for machine. That can go machine for machine with Prem, and obviously La Liga now they've got the new camera. La Liga, to be fair, La Liga, even though it's not like back in day, maybe because of nostalgia, and I don't know what it is. Obviously, when I was growing up, more on Sky Sports, Revista de la Liga, and all of these sort of stuff, maybe that nostalgia, it's got to me. It's got to me a little bit, and I remember, as I said, I was watching all of the weird teams. Even my guy Susayeta, was Susayeta, Bilbao. Like I'm watching everyone in La Liga them times. You know, it's like El Clasico every day. Do you remember the year there was like 6 El Clasicos? That was so fun. But yeah, La Liga, is that my second league next season? I don't even know how I've got onto this topic, but yeah, my La Liga might be my second league still. But I say that every year, then I don't watch. It doesn't count if you just watch. I don't even watch Real Madrid like that because I'll get bored. Like last season, I'm just bored. I just turned them off. I'm not watching them. But Barcelona, I'm locked in. Lamine Yamal. I heard Lamine Yamal starting. I'm involved. So yeah, I think Barcelona. That's the only team I'm gonna really be looking out for next season in La Liga. Obviously, I'll Real Madrid. Like if they're on here and there, I'll tune in. But I don't enjoy. Sometimes I don't enjoy watching. Even when, to be fair, this was even me back in day. It's not even a hating on Real Madrid thing, because I'm not a fan of any team. So obviously, I'm going to La Liga with an open mind. I'm thinking, listen, let me just watch what's entertaining. And Barcelona, obviously, I think from a neutral perspective, for the most part, always way more entertaining. Messi, yeah, it was a joke back in day. So back in day, and then now they're giving me Lamine, and they're getting Nico. Listen, Trent Alexander-Arnold, be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. He's gonna have to be careful. What are you saying here, Sammy? Barcola, big baller, yeah, 100%. Come back to La Liga, Alonso high press, gonna shake. Listen, that is the only reason. As I said, normally I just watch Barca. If I'm watching that's especially now. It's not like back in the day there was teams, man. But nowadays, yeah, I'm just like last season. I was just there when Lamine Yamal was starting. I'm looking at Barcelona. Let me tune in. Hansi Flick ball. Let me enjoy. I knew what I was getting. Real Madrid, I don't know what I'm getting. And listen, if I hated Real Madrid, then it would be fun. Because, when you, like, let's say Man United, I hate Man United, right? So if Man United are playing crap, but they're losing, I'm still enjoying. Real Madrid playing crap, not winning, doesn't affect me. I don't feel any emotion if Real Madrid are losing or their players are down. Like I don't feel anything. So at least show me some good football. And sometimes I'm watching them, I'm just like, nah, listen, it's time to leave. It's time to leave. Let me go wait for the Barcelona game. And that's what it was like last season. But anyway, man, let's keep it moving, man. Let's see what else we've got to talk about here. Arsenal. I said, I hate Arsenal, man. I don't even know, man. Every day we're talking to Arsenal. I say I hate them. I've got a YouTube channel about Arsenal. Does it even make sense? Does it even make sense? But yeah, man, my guy Jorginho here, absolutely cooking these Chelsea bums. I'm hearing, man. I'm gonna watch the highlights. If you guys watch this game, let me know. Let me know. I'm hearing Caicedo got schooled by Jorginho. I think there's someone said, I don't know if it's true, but it makes sense because Arsenal haven't really lost to Chelsea. I can't really remember last time we lost to Chelsea. They're saying since Jorginho has left Chelsea, he's not lost to them, which I'm inclined to believe because I don't remember losing to Chelsea in a very long time. So yeah, Jorginho there eating them up, man, eating them up. So it's nice to see. He's gone back to Brazil and he's enjoying life straight away. You know what I mean? And to be fair, I don't know what it is about these. I need to watch Club World Cup more to give my proper opinion, but European teams in the Americas, spooky. The next World Cup is going to be interesting to see like how a European team's going to cope. In America, Canada, Mexico, it's a different environment completely. They might suffer. So it might be a case with Argentina, Brazil, maybe in Africa, maybe in Morocco. Again, maybe Morocco do something mad in the World Cup. You never know. I think the European teams might struggle, man. France are not looking good. England are never winning anything. Let's keep it real. Spain potentially out of the European teams, I think could do something. But yeah, man, I think let's have a look here. When we do one little scan, check if there's anything about Arsenal that we need to really touch on today. It's literally just a case now. We're just waiting, man. We're just waiting for Gyökeres or Sesko. Who are we signing? Who are we signing? There's some news here from Turkey. Let's have a look about Arsenal. So we'll talk about this, to be fair. Let me zoom in on this and show you guys. I don't know how true this is. 107k followers from Istanbul. Okay, she might be real. She might be a real source. You know, this, as I said, guys, there's some countries I've got to double check. You know, the likes of Spain, Italy, number one. Any source from them two countries, hashtag suspicious. You got to triple check what is coming out of them countries. Turkey is another one as well. Sometimes suspicious. They're suspicious with what they say. But yeah, man, let me show you guys this very quickly. So this person here says, Elis Buse Araç. Hopefully I said her name right. It says here, Thomas Partey, who Arsenal does not want to extend his contract, has been offered to both Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. However, Partey wants to extend his contract with Arsenal. Negotiation. Listen, Partey hype. Stop trying to stay at Arsenal, my guy. Leave. Pack your bags, please. We are tired. Please just pack your bags. Leave the club and let us move on. You've got Zubimendi in. Riskelly, my guy, can do a job in as a backup if need be. Here and there. Declan Rice is still that. Listen, we don't need you, Mr. Partey, fam. We need at least, yeah, just move. Just move. That's my opinion. I hope this guy just moves, man. I don't even know why the club are even interested in trying to keep him, and they've been interested for so long to try and keep him. Just let him go, man. Whether he goes, they said Barcelona earlier, just let him go. Barca, Galatasaray, who cares? Just let him go. But yeah, man, we'll see with this Thomas Partey news. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Arteta is so insistent on keeping this guy when he's. I prefer not to speak, fam. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, man. But get him out, man. Get him out. That's what I'm gonna say. And Jackson birthday, was it? Jackson stinker. That everyday stinker for Nico Jackson. That guy needs help, man. That guy needs help as well. Like, this is what I'm saying. Football might be cooked, man. Football. To be fair though, Jackson, he only cost Chelsea £30 million. I'll cut him some slack because he's not a terrible footballer. Out of all of the players they've got, like Enzo and Caicedo, these guys, I don't know how much they cost, and Chelsea fans will hype these guys to me like they are different gravy. They'll be telling me Caicedo, Enzo, they're better than all of the Arsenal midfielders. Whenever we buck these guys, they're getting run over. Whenever I'm watching them, they're getting. You saw what Betis was doing to them, man, in the first half of that game. Good midfielders don't get moved to like that. So again, Jorginho moving to these guys as well. I wish I watched the game. But I'm going to watch the highlights after this, man, and see what was happening. But yeah, guys, man, I don't think there's much else to talk about today in terms of Arsenal. Let me have a look here. My guy, Norton Misiska, hopefully I pronounced your name right, bro. He says, we need Partey, my opinion. Listen, not about needing Partey or whatever. I don't even think we need him, number one. That guy, we got to move on. I'm sorry. At this point with Partey, if you know, you know. I prefer not to speak. As I said, just there's no point. There's no point keeping him, especially next season. He's not even gonna be starting. Zubimendi's gonna be starting. Rice is there. Like, just move him on. You can bring anyone in, even if you have to bring in another DM for Arteta to be happy that he can get rid of Partey. Just do it. You can bring someone else in. Even I don't even rate him. But Lokonga, he's still on the books. He can come sit on the bench. And run around here. You know what it is about Lokonga? He wasn't even a bad player. Like, Lokonga was actually a good footballer, but his application was so poor. His desire to play football, like he didn't want to run. I don't understand. Like, he's actually technically a very good player. I was excited when we signed him. But again, it's just the application mentality. Even that documentary, I think, highlighted it, the All or Nothing, all them years ago, about Kerkez saying, listen, why are you feeling sorry for yourself? And you see in some games, he'll come on and he's not moving. And I remember the one game, Odegaard was shouting at him. Boy, imagine Odegaard getting angry. He made Odegaard angry. That's when I knew this guy is not a serious guy. But yeah, listen, my opinion, just get rid of Partey. and hopefully just bring someone else in, man. Just bring someone else in, wrap it up, call it a day. If you need to, I don't even think we need to buy another DM. I think just buy another attacking midfielder, buy a left back, and we're good. We'll have enough cover for DM position. We have Skelly, Zubimendi, and Rice, 3 players to play one position. Like it's not that deep. It's not that deep in my opinion. I think if we do that, we'll be in a great position. It's just a case of potentially, as we said, we spoke about potentially maybe getting in Hato, potentially moving Lewis Skelly into midfield, and then you don't even need to sign the direct replacement for Thomas Partey because you've already got in Zubimendi. That's what I think. And then just sort out that attack, guys. Sort out that attack. You see Liverpool, what they're doing. Wirtz, Kerkez, Frimpong, and they're looking at a striker. Apparently today I saw Ekitike. Ekitike is on Liverpool's radar, right? So we need to be careful. We need to be careful that these guys are just strengthening every position, and us guys, all Arsenal really have to strengthen, even though I want the depth in like a lot of these positions. But we really need to fix that attack. Fix that attack. Fix that attack, and we can still compete with anyone, because on paper, first 11, first 14, 15, defense to midfield, listen, we're calm. We're good. Their front three is an issue, obviously apart from Saka. But Saka, as I said, we're abusing him every season. And I think he's gonna need some more rest next season than the previous seasons. Get Kerkez, get Sesko, just decide who we're signing. Decide what strikers coming in. Go and get Liao. Go and, as we spoke about earlier, potentially go get Barcola. Go make a move. There's no urgency, and they talk about they're not panicking and they're putting out reports. If you're not panicking, why are you putting out reports in the media saying that you're not panicking? People, when, if you guys watch fighting, yeah, MMA or boxing or anything like that, sometimes someone gets punched in the face and they start smiling. These times, the guy is in pain, but his only reaction is to smile through it. Because obviously he's not going to cry or anything. He's going to have to still fighting. So he's going to smile through it. Arsenal doing the same thing with the media sometimes. They are panicking. They're like, listen, we need a lot of players and we're not really making too many moves right now. So they're trying to smile through the pain. But you see Liverpool, boom, 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 boom. These guys are getting deals done. Man City, boom, 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 deals done. Arsenal, it always drags. We had about 10 here we goes for Zubimendi alone. Since January, we knew we were signing him. It's taken until today to get the full here we go. So I think that says it all with Arsenal Football Club, to be honest, man. But yeah, let's leave it there, guys. As I said, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. As always, it's been, for me, another decent stream. I'll say it's been so hot. It's so hot. I started off so weird as well, setting up the stream. As I said, if you guys wasn't here at the beginning, I explained how I set up the stream and how I was sat here for 5 minutes. I basically didn't connect the thing properly. Anyway, at least everything works in the end. We are alive. It's so hot where I am right now. Yeah, let's just leave it there. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, take care and peace.